William Shakespeare once said, "All the world's a stage." In his famous play, As You Like It, written in 1598, Shakespeare uses this phrase to explain that the world is like a stage show, and all human beings are merely actors. Now, this may be true, but there's still nothing like performing on an actual stage to give young people like me important experiences that will help us as we pursue our dreams throughout our life. Involvement in theater gives teenagers many skills, including how to be comfortable speaking in front of an audience, methods to memorize large chunks of text, the chance to act out situations that might give us an idea of what we should do in real life, how to be a good team player, and the importance of theater etiquette. So follow me, and I'll show you around some of the wonders of the theater world. Public speaking is an important skill that everyone will need to use at some point in their life, but many people are afraid to speak in front of a group. Theater helps to ease this fear. And if you have stage fright, avoiding performing will actually make the problem worse. Theater also helps teach you methods of memorization. You'll need to memorize your lines from the script so that you don't embarrass yourself on stage. Nothing is more embarrassing than flubbing your lines on stage.
From the very first time line?
Wyatt, it's opening night. We have an audience. You can't call for lines anymore.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Wyatt, it's opening night. We have a performance.
I wasn't giving you the line. I was just trying to, you know what, forget it. Another cool thing about theater is that many scenes in plays are based on real-life situations. So getting a chance to act out scenes can give us an idea as to what we should or shouldn't do if we come across a similar situation in real life. Teamwork is a very important skill to have in life or when acting in a show. Russian actor Stanislavski once said, "There are no small parts, only small actors." Whether you have an ensemble part, a supporting lead, or a lead role, you're just as important to the team as the next person. A few years ago, I played the role of Charlie Bucket in our high school's production of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The actor playing the role of Willy Wonka lost his voice halfway through our opening night performance, so our director and I had to step up and sing the rest of his songs for the night. And just last year, in our production of The Pajama Game, we had a huge case of the flu passed around the cast right as performances hit. We had people jumping in left and right to cover parts for people who were too sick to even make it to the theater. I lost my voice right before our shows, and another actor stepped up and took my songs for me. Without teamwork in the theater, you wouldn't even get to open the curtains. Being involved in theater also teaches you about theater etiquette as an audience member. Believe it or not, there are some rules that go along with being in an audience that no one really tells you. Here are a few big no-nos in the theater setting. Your phone should be shut off and put away while the show is going on for multiple reasons. One, your phone can easily interfere with the mics being used on stage or other technological aspects of the show. And two, the light from your phone is very, very distracting to other audience members trying to watch.
Hello? Tiff, how are you? Oh, not much. I'm just watching my adorable nephew in his school play. Go, Justin, honey, you got this! Yeah, really can it, lady? You're so rude.
See what I mean? And even if your phone is off, try to refrain from talking, as it can be equally distracting to other audience members. Another big don't is unwrapping loud candy wrappers during the show. Actually, try to do all unwrapping prior to the start of the show. If you absolutely must unwrap something during the show, wait until intermission or between scenes to do so. The last rule, and the one that bothers me the most, do not get up and leave the auditorium between scenes. Wait until intermission. You know, it really gets distracting to the actors and the other audience members if you're getting up and walking out during the show.
I have to pee!
Etc.
Let's take a quick walk around the theater and I'll show you a couple of the different parts. Behind me here is the seating area, and in this particular location we also have a balcony. Between the two we can hold about 1,000 people sitting in here watching the shows, and you'll notice behind me there's 4 sets of doors in case any audience members need to leave for any reason throughout the show or anything like that.
Woo! That's better.
That rule about waiting until intermission or between scenes to re-enter the seating area also applies to coming back in case you were wondering. So, in theater, we have these things called stage directions in our script, and they tell us where we need to go on stage and how we need to get there. And we have a couple words to describe those places on the stage. We have downstage, which refers to moving closer to the audience. We also have upstage, which refers to moving away from the audience. The reason that we call it downstage and upstage is because back in the 1600s, the stages used to be slanted so that everybody could see everything that was going on the stage. So when you were moving upstage, you were climbing uphill, and vice versa when you were moving downstage. We also have stage left and stage right. And the way you figure out stage left from stage right, an actor stands on the stage, looks out into the audience. His left is stage left, and his right is stage right. We're right, not the audience. It's all about us. So, right now I'm standing in what's called stage center. We actually have... Okay, that's better. 9 locations on the stage that we refer to in the script. So, I'm going to go around and show you each of those 9 locations. Right here, where Lydia's sitting, we have downstage right. And over by Emily, downstage center. Follow me over by Jada here. We have downstage left. Back it up. Maddie, center stage. Pretty self-explanatory. Elliot is in center stage. She's in the middle. Anna over here. Anna, who is in center stage right. Back here is Kate. She's in upstage right. And here is Laura, who is representing upstage center. Back here, we have Lacey. She is upstage left. So those are our 9 locations on the stage that we use. We also kind of go in between a little bit, but for the most part, those are the 9 that we like to use. We also have one secret stage location that we don't really like to talk about, but I'm going to show you since I'm trying to teach you some things here. This is Hannah. She's in what we refer to as left out. There's other ways to get involved in theater besides becoming an actor or an actress. There's also stage crew, who's in charge of moving and building the sets. There's also stage managers who make sure that, nobody's missing their cues, everybody's getting on stage at the right times. We also have what I like to call the heavy lifters, who are in charge of making sure our flight people make a safe journey and pulling our curtains and things of that sort. We also have our lighting designers who make sure that our lights are exactly what we want them to be for our shows. We also have our lighting and sound operators who are in charge of running those things for the show. So as you can see, theater has had a pretty big impact on my life. I've had a lot of positive experiences, met a lot of amazing people, and Wyatt. And I really think everybody in the world would benefit from going and joining their local community theater or high school theater. It'll change your life for the better. Thanks for watching, guys. Pleasure to have you here. Involvement in theater gives teenagers many skills, including how to be comfortable speaking in front of crowds. Involvement, oh crap, I screwed it up. Public speaking is an important skill that everyone will need to use at some point in their life. But many people are afraid to speak in front of a group. Theater helps to ease this fear. And if you have stage fright, avoiding performing will actually make the problem worse. Theater also helps teach you methods of memorization. Nothing is more embarrassing than memorizing. Let's take a quick walk around the theater and show you some of the different parts. Behind me is the seating area. In this particular location, we have a balcony, and with the balcony combined with the lower seating area, we can hold about 1,000 people watching the show. If you look behind me, there's 4 doors in case, any audience members have to leave throughout the show for any reason or anything like that. Kate, that's your cue.
I didn't know if you were going.
We have a couple other parts to the stage, 9 to be exact. Wait a minute. Now take that a step further. We also have stage left and stage right. And the way we determine stage left and stage right is we have an actor stand on the stage, look at the audience. His left is stage left, his left, his right is stage right, his left. You absolutely must unwrap something during the show. Wait until intermission or between scenes to do so. The last rule, fine. And then we have the stage managers who make sure everybody is getting on stage at the right times and not missing their cues.
Oh,
That's what you got. Okay, sorry, I didn't tell you. So as you can see, theater has had a pretty big impact on my life. You know, I've got a lot of amazing experiences under my belt because of it. I've met a lot of amazing people, and even Wyatt.
Even Wyatt.
And, ow.